Disclaimer: this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. We are not registered financial advisors. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am in downtown Toronto in an Airbnb one day before the Blossom event. I actually just finished a podcast with BD and Shay. It's a Blossom podcast. It's going to come out soon. It's going to be pretty cool, but I'm still working for you guys, even though I don't feel like it because my voice is shot. But let's do our usual monthly update video because we got a lot of updates. And I'm also going to cover some updates from Brompton and Global X as well. So lots of increases. Let's go through the Harvest High Income Shares dividends, everyone. So a lot of increases this month, most notably MSTE remaining the same. I thought for sure MSTE was going to be reduced. I think it definitely will get reduced next month if it stays at these levels, because at a 10-cent distribution or $1.20 annually, the yield on a $1.80 is 66.6%. I highly doubt a yield. I highly doubt that's sustainable if it stays at this level. So I would be a little bit curious and maybe a little bit worried if they keep it at 10 cents if it stays at this price. But maybe if it goes back to $2 or past $2, maybe 10 cents makes sense. So lots of increases, and of course I'm gonna go to my good buddy Remy Pinot. Sorry, my words are all gonna be mixed up because we landed at Toronto at 2 a.m. last night, went to bed at like 4:30, so still a bit messed up. So HHIS stable at 27 cents, even though there's been quite a few increases across the board. The most notable is AMD. So AMD up 21%, so 95 cents to $1.15. Amazon went up too. The Amazon one went up 11%. I guess the E one is the leveraged one, and the AMZH is the non-leveraged one, right? Let me just double check that. Yeah, the H is the non-leveraged one. Wait, AMZH. So the regular one is AMZH. So that went up actually more than the leveraged one. That's pretty curious, but maybe the leveraged one was higher. Anyway, AMD is up. Stock is doing great, I guess. The volatility has been a little bit higher on the Mag 7 stocks as well, especially now. Maybe the AI bubble or whatever is bursting or whatever the heck they're talking about. Not that we care about any of that nonsense. We just buy and hold forever. Apple up 10% as well. BLKY. What is that one? BLKY. That's Block, right? So Block, yeah, Blocky. Block has been doing good as well, which I guess doesn't follow Bitcoin 100%. Block has done well. CrowdStrike also up 12%. Johnson & Johnson up 25%. Lilly up as well. So, and the decreases on the Canadian side, you have the gold one. Cameco, a little decrease there as well. Tesla, Netflix, and Oracle are the ones that have decreased on the US side, and it's really no surprise that Netflix is having a really bad time. Tesla, the stock has been under pressure in the last week or so. It's been dropping significantly, so it's no surprise to see a decrease. So all in all, lots of increases, some decreases. So obviously in HHIS, which is the most important one for me anyway, my biggest position. Yes, I'm so happy that Netflix is gone. Oracle's not in there. Oh, and by the way, if the sound is not as good, because I don't have my microphone, so I'm doing the sound with my webcam. But Tesla is in there, so obviously that impacts HHIS a bit. But all the increases, Amazon, Apple, AMD, CrowdStrike, all Lilly, obviously helping HHIS. So HHIS, that 27 cents, really are very, very safe in my opinion. Now, even more so, I think the last time I talked to Paul McDonald and even Michael Kovac said they're not actually, they could raise it if they want to. It's very sustainable. They're probably paying even less than what HHIS is bringing in. And even more so now with all these increases, a lot more increases, which offset that Tesla decrease. So there you have it, everyone, for the Harvest High Income Shares. And I also want to point out Class A, not a surprise, raised their distribution again for the next 3 months, a massive 18 cent to 23.5 cent. Amazing news coming out of Brompton. And they raise a lot of their distributions, by the way, under other cover call ETFs, including on BMAX, they're all in one, which I love, by the way, that they actually put the percentage increased. So BMAX is going to 13 cents, from 12.5 to 13 cents. So if you hold BMAX, that's great news for you. And Global X as well. So Global X declared all their distributions. If I go back to the Facebook group, once again, thanks to Remy for posting this. The most notable one for me, because I own it, is QQCL. So QQCL did go back to 31.5 cents. Now, remember, guys, they could vary. Next month, it could go back to 31 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But obviously, lots of volatility right now in the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's been on a tear, so it doesn't really surprise me. Will it stay at 31.5? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But you have a whole bunch of increases. Oh, including USCL. I didn't even notice that till now. So a lot of you, if you're holding USCL, I think you're going to be very happy. So USCL, decent increase there. There were other increases as well. Notable, a lot of the things relating to Canadian banks have increased. You have ENCL that increased as well. No surprise, right? Oil's doing well right now because of the Iran thing. EQCL, that's another notable one. A little increase there. HEQL as well, a little increase there, which is basically the non-covered call version of EQCL, or the leverage version of HEQT, however you want to see it. Little increase here with the Russell 2000 one I recognize here, and a bunch of other ones as well. And the ones decreases have to do with Bitcoin and gold. Of course, the gold bubble seemed to have popped. 5,000 gold, now it's at 4,000 gold. Bitcoin obviously down as well, not having a great time as well. So literally while I was filming this video, Hamilton released their announcements. So for most notably, the ones I always go right away check is HDIV and HYLD, and you see some tiny increases on HDIV and HYLD as well. 19.2 to 19.3, 16.2 to 16.3 for HYLD. The rest, they could fluctuate. I see Q-Day reduced a tiny bit from last month, 0.23 to 0.227. That's completely normal. These are always going to fluctuate. So there you have it. Some good news for HDIV and HYLD coming out of Hamilton ETFs as well. There you have it. All in all, I would say a lot of positive news. Obviously, Netflix, Tesla not having a good time here. MSTE sitting at 10 cents was a surprise for me, a pleasant surprise for sure. But I think at this level, guys, 66% yield is way too much. They're going to have to cut it most likely next month if it stays at this level. Yes, I know volatility is relatively still pretty high at 84, but 84 is really, I think, to get an 84% yield, you're doing at the money calls on the whole thing. They're doing, like I spoke with Michael Kovacs not too long ago, it's 33 to 40% typically is the range. They could go up to 50, but 33 to 40. Yes, there's 25% leverage, but I think they're going to, at this level, guys, they're going to have to cut it next month, so we'll see for that. But there's your monthly update, guys, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow at the Blossom event. Take care, stay safe, stay passive, stay honorable, and see you next time. A couple of reminders before you leave. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. If you like and enjoy the content, did you know we have a YouTube Inner Circle membership program? Hit the little join button where the subscribe normally is, and you'll get this window with the information. But essentially, you get access to all kinds of exclusive content and perks, including a monthly unveil of my parents' and grandparents' portfolios, early access to my portfolio unveils, answers to your questions during AMA, members only, ask me anythings, the ability to submit questions to fund managers, etc., etc., etc. So hit the join button to find out what it's all about. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget that I get questions all the time, emails and texts, all kinds of personal questions. This is why I created the one-on-one coaching session. So you could book me for an hour where you could ask me whatever you want. Just go on our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca, to find out the information here. If you click on this link here for a quick guide, you'll find out what it's all about, and also how to get $75 off as a PII Inner Circle Plus member, the second level membership. Don't forget to follow us on Blossom, download Blossom, follow my portfolio live. It's an social investing app. You could follow our portfolio live. And also, if you go to the tools and resources tab right here on my website, you could download my portfolio Excel file for free, and we have a bunch of discount links and discount codes for some portfolio tracking tools, total return screeners and also Canadian brokers as well. So if you're interested, and there's also a bunch of other free useful links as well. So again, all this is on our website. Last but not least, we have 2 digital products that both come with free lifetime updates. You have the Ultimate DIY Investing Package and you have the Ultimate Covered Call ETF Guide. If you're interested in them, I highly recommend you click on View Details and watch this video, which will describe both packages so you can see exactly what you're purchasing before you purchase it. And thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care.